Okay, for this video we're going to go through what is our section 1.6, which is relations. So what I mean by that is usually thinking coordinates and ordered pairs. So that's what I started us with right now, or a list of I just kind of made up some ordered pairs of x, y coordinates. Remember, x and then y, just like the alphabet. And then we also wanted to think about how to show these relations. So I'm going to show you how I would put these into a table, into a domain and range map, and then how I would graph them, and how they all represent the same thing. So just different ways that could be beneficial given the scenario. Okay, so ordered pair, that is one of the ways, but I had to start us with some information, so I went ahead and put that up here. We just have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different x, y coordinates that let's go ahead and put into a table. So with a table, for me, I prefer ascending x values. So that means I'm going to start with the smallest x value and work up to the largest one. So it's going to go -1, 0. I'm going to do only 2 flip here, 4. And then I'm going to pair them with the appropriate y value that they were with at the beginning. So if you notice, the only change here is these two got flipped over. A table might be more helpful dependent on the unit involved. So if we were looking at, let's say x was hours past a certain time, it wouldn't make sense for us to go from hour 1 to hour 5 back to hour 3 or something like that. So that's why we want ascending numbers here. Next, we would go into a map. So domain and range, oops, I need to underline that. Domain is basically our collection of x values, possible inputs if it was a function. Range would be the same thing except the y values, the outputs if it was a function. So I'm going to list both here in ascending order. -1, 0, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 4, 5. If you notice, we have 2 2s here, but we'll explain how that actually is okay with a map. So with a map, it's basically a list of all the unique x or y values, and then we just play connect the dots, basically. We're going from the domain to its matching range. So -1 connects to 4. Some people draw an arrow. 0 to 2. 2 to 1. 3 to 2. And 4 to 5. So if you notice, it's okay that we have 2 inputs going to an output like this. So this would be more useful if we had, let's say, a collection of 100 data points and a lot of the values were the same. We could show it with just a bunch of arrows. And then finally, graphing might be the most help in terms of a visual. So if I were to graph these as the coordinates themselves, I would have -1, 4, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 4, 5. And dependent again on the situation or the data, what kind of things we're measuring, it might be beneficial to get an idea of a trend that's happening. So maybe like this dip down and back up. So this is just a couple different ways to show relations and what might be more useful in certain situations. Hopefully this helps for section 1.6.